As a professional picture framer, you have a unique opportunity to make a personal connection with your customer and to make the experience truly custom and memorable. Unfortunately, that isn't always as easy as it sounds. Seemingly every customer is unique, and the same selling techniques just don't work for everyone. Is there a reason for this? Are there unique differences between customers, such as generational and demographic? And can these differences have a significant impact on whether or not design discussions lead to a sale? Yes. In this video, we will examine the unique needs and purchase motivators of consumers with various generational or demographic backgrounds. We will also explore the power and effectiveness of asking the right open-ended questions at the beginning of a design discussion. These questions can help you quickly develop trust, peace of mind, and even excitement. As we will learn, these key factors can have a surprising impact on how often custom framers are able to complete a custom framing sale, to upsell higher-end designs and materials, and to win a customer for life. Or to put it another way, connection equals conversion. If we want to make that connection that leads to conversion, we need to understand our customer better. Crescent is continually gathering information on consumers, whether sponsoring new research or working with other trusted research data. Much of what follows comes from that research, including the surveying of over 1,300 consumers who purchased art, pre-framed art, or custom framing within the past 12 months. In short, what you are about to see is what our consumers are telling us about who they are and what motivates them to purchase custom framing. Here is a snapshot of the custom framing consumer. This might be a surprise to some of you, depending on your own customer base. While overall purchases of art, wall decor, custom framing, and pre-framed art are made predominantly by women, men are actually more frequent purchasers of custom framing services. Not only that, men spend on average 190% more annually on custom framing than their female counterparts. Of course, all customers are important and highly valued, but if your customer base doesn't mirror these findings, roughly 60% male and 40% female, you may want to consider ways to attract more men to your store, such as featuring sports-themed framed art and other man cave wall art. Conversely, we also know the following about women wall decor shoppers. They tend to be decorators, as opposed to men who see themselves as art collectors. Women also tend to be in charge of the family budget, so their custom framing purchases may be more cautiously made versus their male counterparts. We also know that the majority of custom framing purchasers are under the age of 44. This group of younger consumers aged 24 to 44 are out of school, beginning their careers, buying their first homes, and for the first time decorating a home of their own. While both younger and mature consumers are critical to our success, there are significant differences between these two groups. And as we will see, it is important to understand the generational characteristics of your customers and how their purchasing behaviors differ by age group. Matures born before 1945 make up 11% of the U.S. population. Generation Z makes up 23%. Both of these groups are significant, but this discussion will focus on the three consumer groups that are currently the most influential: Millennials, Generation X, and the Baby Boomers. As Generation Z comes to age and gains purchasing power, they will be an up-and-coming force. Let's take a look at the key characteristics of these three most influential generations and their respective consumer behavior. Here are the current ages of the three key generations. The first group we'll look at is the Millennials, or Generation Y. Millennials, or Generation Y, are also known as the Echo Boomer because they are the children of the Baby Boomer generation. They've also been referred to as the Trophy Kids generation, due to their parents' tendency to celebrate each child as unique and special. Competitiveness has frequently been discouraged by situations where every participant gets a trophy. This is a generation of native technology users who were exposed to computers and technology gadgets as toddlers and through their educational years. But that exposure to technology has also made this generation a bit jaded. They've been targeted with the most advertising and marketing of any age group. As a result, they distrust messaging that is perceived as advertising. As this largest demographic reaches their prime purchasing years, their particular needs must be addressed to gain and retain their business. The millennials have been raised to believe everything is about them, so of course this applies to their purchasing expectations. They want more choices, are more selective in their purchasing decisions, and they expect to be able to personalize and customize their products and services. Note in this photo, the framer is standing shoulder to shoulder with his customer. If you aren't coming around the counter to stand next to your customer, this might be a good time to start. Just as their parents have tended to include them in other household decisions, the millennial expects to be involved in the design process. The good news is that their robust exposure to media and the arts, and idea sharing on Pinterest and Instagram, to name a few, generally means they have a sophisticated eye, especially considering their relatively young age. While not brand loyal, they will frequent a business that gets them in all their uniqueness. Generation X are also known as the latchkey kids or the lost generation, because they were the first generation in which divorce was common and in which both parents frequently worked outside the home. As adults, they're independent, skeptical, savvy consumers who pride themselves on making informed purchasing decisions and who often turn to the internet when searching for the best value for their money. While they were not exposed to technology quite as early as the millennials, they still incorporated computers and technology into their lives at a relatively early age. Generation X is less interested in trying new brands compared to both their younger and older counterparts. Instead, they prefer to stick with brands they know and trust, and are willing to shell out extra money for them. Coming from a generation where divorce was very common amongst their parents, this age group values family structure, and they form their families with a high degree of caution and pragmatism. A study conducted by New York market research firm eMarketer revealed that 40% of consumers in this group stick to brands they like. By making that personal connection to your Gen X customer and consistently providing high-quality products, these brand-loyal customers may be yours for life. While they are nostalgic for their childhood memories, most baby boomers don't want to go back to the way things were, but rather to celebrate their memories in a new, modern interpretation. For example, they will purchase the music and movies from their youth in modern formats, such as Netflix or iTunes. And they do not consider themselves old even as they ease into retirement. This is the age of Aquarius and Woodstock generation of perceived eternal youth. Boomers are sandwiched between caring for their elderly parents and still supporting adult-aged children who have either boomeranged or delayed moving out on their own. They're interested in much more than just a product's features and benefits. Research has shown that emotions are the major drivers of boomer purchasing decisions. You can engage the baby boomer customer by showing value. This customer will spend money but wants to see value in the purchase. You can also connect to the boomer's story. Boomers tend to believe there's not much difference between competing businesses or products. Make your business stand out by making a personal connection to your boomer customers. And always provide exemplary customer service and design ideas. By understanding the key generational and gender demographic characteristics of your customer base, you'll have more opportunity to make a meaningful connection with your customers. And connection equals conversion to sales for both today and for years to come. Now that we have a deeper understanding of consumer demographics and purchasing behavior, let's take a look at what market research reveals about what is important specifically to the custom framing customer. By knowing this, you can start collaborative conversations to engage and assure your customers that they are in the right place and their artwork is in the best hands. Consumers tell us that trust and experience are two of the most important things they are looking for in a custom framing experience. In fact, almost 90% of consumers strongly agree with this statement. When I take something to be framed, I need to trust the person or the shop to handle the piece properly. You have an important opportunity to acknowledge this consumer need. Simple statements like, "We'll take great care when handling your valued artwork," are exactly what the customer is hoping to hear. These affirming statements will put your customer's mind at ease and act as a great reminder of your professionalism. Here is another statement that consumers strongly agree with. I value the advice and expertise that is provided when I take something to be custom framed. You can reinforce your expertise and professionalism by engaging customers in discussions that help them understand the value of the products and services you are providing. Use statements like, we're going to use only conservation quality materials, so your artwork will be protected for a lifetime. Most customers don't know the difference between conservation and non-conservation framing, and even if they do, they want to be assured that they're making informed decisions, and they're relying on your expertise. Our market research clearly shows that trust and expertise are two of the primary reasons that your customers bring their art to you to enhance and preserve it. Here are some other statements you can use to assure your customers, enhance their custom framing experiences, and further connect with them and their stories. Your artwork is in good hands. I have a few great ideas to show you. Our products are all conservation quality. Let me tell you why that's important. I'll take personal care of this piece to ensure that it is protected. We specialize in pieces just like this. We'll make your art look amazing. You may use statements like these on occasion, but as you can now see, consumers are telling us they are more important than you may realize. In fact, statements like these are often the thing customers remember. These are the statements they'll tell their friends about, and the statements that make them a customer for life. Consumers tell us that another key need is to feel a connection with the art, and agree strongly to statements like, I don't take just anything to be custom framed, only pieces that have a very special meaning to me. As we know, custom framing is not an impulse purchase. Your customers do not randomly select the artwork that they bring in for custom framing. Each piece has a story and an opportunity to connect with your customers. By asking about their artwork, you'll learn what makes it special to them and valued enough to have it custom framed. Use inviting statements like, tell me about the piece you brought in today. Statements like these help build a connection with the customer and the artwork. When the customer believes you care about the piece, they become confident that they've come to the right place to have it framed and protected. You'll also make that personal connection that can build trust and a customer for life. Here is one more statement on the value of connection that 8 in 10 customers strongly identify with. I value custom framing because it makes a piece of art even more special and unique. This data tells us that 80% of the time, customers are more interested in having their art look its best than how much it costs. One of the surest ways to keep the customer engaged is to acknowledge the desire for special and unique framing with statements like, let's create a framing design that will make your piece even more special and unique. Lead with your best design and explain the value of the materials you use to help keep the customer assured that you're going to help the art look its best today and tomorrow. Now that you've established trust, expertise, and a personal connection, you can confidently engage your customer in the design process. As we said earlier, connection equals conversion. And as you can now see, a strong connection to the art and framing process is critical for the consumer. Statements like these are powerful, and they're just what the customer is hoping to hear. Are you using them? Are you making a connection? Consumers are telling us you are more likely to close a sale if you do, and you may just win a repeat customer. So make an effort to make that connection. While it's important to engage your customer in the design process, he or she still looks to you to be the expert. Follow the 3 A's to start the design portion of your consultation and confidently guide your customer to their unique framed piece. Appreciate, ask, and affirm. Start with appreciate. Make a statement about the artwork that shows your appreciation for it and that validates your customer's special treasure. By asking your customer to participate in the design process, they become actively engaged. Even if they defer this question back to you, chances are they've given you information that will help you target your framing design. Keep them involved in the process, and thus keep them connected. While using the 3 A's, appreciate, ask, and affirm, you'll see that one question can lead to endless design possibilities. This is the same piece of art framed 3 different ways. By asking who will receive the framed piece, You'll engage and connect with your customer, which will help your framing design uniquely connect to your customer's stories. Some customers will love using texture, and others won't. Show your customers how adding texture can make their framed art truly unique and a custom fit to their personal taste. So even with the same artwork, each customer's piece can end up looking completely unique. The same artwork can take on completely different looks depending on the customer's style preferences and your framing designs. Show your customer how connecting the framing design to the artwork's story makes their treasured piece even more spectacular. In addition to textural mats, adding details such as 8-ply gallery boards, B-grooves, and fillets can elevate your designs and the custom framing experience. By understanding consumer demographics and custom framing market research, you will know how to connect with your customers when they walk into your shop. Engage your customers by using the 3 A's: appreciate, ask, and affirm, and include them in the design process. Appreciate the treasured pieces they entrust to you. Ask questions to reveal their story, as well as color and design preferences. And finally, affirm your design decisions with your customers and assure them that their artwork is in good hands and will look beautiful, as well as be preserved for a lifetime. Make the connection to your customers, which leads to conversion, to loyal, enthusiastic repeat customers, and your best referrals.